So I need you to pay attention, okay? I'll be testing you on this eventually. So, basic Chinese. Let's go to our first slide here. We just have a few basic phrases. Here I have written the English. I think you probably know what these are. And then I've written the character translation here. And then the pinging, and we'll get to that in a bit. Okay, so I think everyone is pretty familiar with this one right here. So, hello. I think a lot of you already know. It's 你好,你好. You should repeat it back to me. Yes. Good job. Good pronunciation. Well, the pinging for this. Pinging is basically like the English, how you say it version. And then if you look at the pinging, you'll notice that it has these little dashes. So you can see here, this one is like up and down. Wait, up, down, and then up. So, 你好. You get it? Well, I've created this little tones chart here for you. So, if you see here, I have written 4 different Chinese words with their own distinct meanings, but they're all technically pronounced the same. So as you see here, we have ma, which means mother. So if you're going to say like, Mom, give me flowers, I don't know why anyone would say that, but like mom, you know, mama, ma, like ma, okay? And then this one, ma, this one goes up, down to up, okay? So ma, you're gonna raise your pitch a little bit, like ma, okay? Ma. And this one, I don't know, it's been trending recently, but if you ever heard of ma la tang, the ma is using this one, which means numb. So numbing, numbing hot pot, numbing soup. Now this one goes from here up, down, and then up again. So you're gonna use that with your voice. Okay, you're gonna do that with your tone. So from here, high, ma. Do you see how I'm raising or like lowering my voice first? And then ma. You try one more time. You try once. Ma. It helps a lot to kind of visualize like the in your head. It's just like ma. And this one means horse. Horse, okay? Now the last tone here, this is going downwards. Okay? So this one, ma. You start out at a higher tone, but then you go downwards with your voice, with your pitch. Okay? So ma, okay? And this is gonna mean scold. So 他骂你, he scolds you. 他骂了我, he scolded me. Okay, so how about we try out these 4, okay? So, ma. Okay, just repeat after me, I guess. Ma. Okay, for mother. Mama. Ma. Ma. Okay, good job. Ma. Okay, and last one, ma. Okay, good job. So I think now you recognize how this is gonna work here, okay? So look over here, look at the pinyin, get really familiar with this. Ni, ho. Okay, now try pronouncing this, knowing that pinyin. Ni, ho. Okay, ni, ho. Okay, perfect. I think we spent a lot of time on that. We need to just get you know, used to the tones, because that's the key to getting all your pronunciation right, because a lot of people don't realize. That's why sometimes you can like say the pinyin, but if you don't get the tone right, then you're saying completely different words. Because you can be like mama, right? You want to say mama for mom, but if you say like ma, that means scolding mom. That's a pretty different thing. You don't want to mess up. And there's definitely worse examples like tall and tall, which means grass, and then F-U-C-K. Okay. So good morning. Okay. This is going to be 早上好. If you look at the pinyin, okay, you can repeat after me or just say it with me. This is 早上. This one goes downwards, so 上, okay, 上好, which means good, morning good, basically. 早上好, 早上好. You don't always have to like super exaggerate. You don't always have to super exaggerate like 早, but 早上. You have to get the general gist right. Okay. Now this one. How are you? How are you? It's going to be the same thing as here, but you're going to ask, going to add a ma at the end to make it a question. 你好吗? 你好吗? This is also the same pronunciation as this one over here. 你好吗? Okay, now sorry. 对不起. So this one's going to be 对不起. Okay. Now the response to this would be it's okay. 没关系. 没关, very monotone, very constant tone. 关系. 没关系. Okay, I'm gonna say 对不起. Why don't you repeat this? Okay. Perfect. Now, thank you. 谢谢. Two downward tones. So, 谢谢. How do you respond to that? You're welcome. 不用谢. which also means like no need to thank, but it's basically you're welcome. So 不用谢，谢谢. Yeah, you can just repeat that. And then this is pretty random. I don't think this fits in with all this very basic surface level thing, but a lot of people would probably want to know how you say this. So I love you would be 我, which means me, or you if you're saying that. I don't know. 我爱你. So 我 goes upwards, 爱 goes down. 爱你, and 你 is always going to be going down and up. Okay? And tones chart once again. I think we all know how to do this now. Probably. Okay. Now some basic components of a sentence before we move on. 我 could be down and up. This is going to always be I or me, depending on like how you structure your sentence. If you're saying like 我爱你, that means I love you. But if you're gonna say, for example, like 他不爱我, 他不爱我, which is a different pronoun. 他不爱我, it's at the end of the sentence, but it means he doesn't love me. You see how it can change depending on the context. The sentence. Okay. I should have gotten something else to do this with. Oh my gosh. Now this one, 是, it's going to be a downward tone, fourth tone, which I should have marked it, but this is the first tone, second tone, third tone, fourth tone. Make sure to remember that, okay? 是，他是我的爸爸. He is my dad. Okay, and oh, great timing. 他. This is like the gender neutral / male version. This is the exclusively female version, but most people these days, they just use this. So you don't have to really memorize this. But if you do see it, or just this in general, over here where it goes down like that, it's usually referring to female, something female or feminine. This is going to be pronouns for he / she, he / she. And it's always be 他, very constant. Okay? Now 不, like this. 不. This is going to be no or not. 不要 means I don't want it or don't want. 我, so me, I, 我不要. Well, I guess depending on the sentence you can change the tones, but 我不要, okay, which means I don't want. And then 你 is you. 你, okay, so 你是我的妈妈. You are my mom. 我恨你, I hate you. Nothing personal, but I'm just giving examples. Okay. Now here are some basic words. So let's see here. I have 大 right here is going to mean big. 小 is going to mean small. 人 means person. And 说 means speak. Okay? So why don't we repeat these? 大 and then how about this? Or I'll say it, but then when I point to you, I'm gonna have you repeat it. Okay. So, 大 okay. 小 人 说 Okay, perfect. You're really great at the pronunciation. Fast learner, for sure. Now, 1、2、3、4、5. This is going to be 1、2、3、4、5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let's do the same thing as last time. I'm going to say 1、2、3、4、5. Okay, now last word here I just have male. Oh, I totally forgot to do the pinyin, but male, 男 be a 男 女 女 女 very clear, just goes down and up. Okay, and this one I do like little hearts around it, but this is going to be love I, which goes downwards. Okay, hate 恨 very rigid downward pitch. 我恨你. Okay, why don't we repeat these? 男 okay, 女 right, 爱 and then 恨. Okay, let's do some basic sentences. Okay. So, 他是我的朋友. Just when you hear that, are there any words that you immediately recognize that we maybe recently went over? Okay. 他 just a pronoun for them, they. 是 this means is or are. Is are just the connecting word. And then 我. Okay, I think we just learned these three. So he is my. And then the is just a connecting word. It connects he is my friend. It just connects the sentence together. This you'll have to learn when you do more complex, not even complex, but just basic sentence building. But I don't think you need to learn that today. It's something you'll eventually pick up, I feel. So, 他是我的朋友. 朋友. So, this means friend. Okay, so why don't we Try saying the sentence. 他是我的朋友。你说一下。你试一试。Why don't you try that out? Okay, let's try that one more time. That was really great. Okay. Perfect. You did really great. 妈妈很高兴。妈妈, do you remember what that is? Mama just means mom. 很 always means very. You can use this in a lot of sentences. 我很爱你. So from I like you or I love you to I love you very much, just by putting this word. Okay? 妈妈很高兴, which means happy / excited, just a positive emotion. So, why don't we try this out? 妈妈很高兴, okay? Okay, great. Now, 你要加油. This has a lot of meanings, but for this one, let's just say try hard. So, 你要加油. Okay, why don't you try saying this one? You need to try hard. So, this one is a little bit weird because, like, 加油 can mean fill up the gas, or it can mean try hard, or it can also mean good luck. So, good luck figuring that out. Okay. So, I think you know enough about pronunciation and pinyin and all of that to do a conversation. Okay? So I wrote out a little script. Black is gonna be me. Blue is what I'm gonna have you say. Okay? But for now, I'm just gonna repeat this all to myself. So, 你好. And then you would say 你好. But this is a bit of a dry conversation, but you know what I mean. Just let's get some practice in. 好久不见. Long time no see. And then you would say 是的，从哪里来? So, yes. Indeed. Where did you come from? 从哪里来? This one, don't worry, I'll be the one saying this, but we can swap roles too, so I think this is a good complex sentence. 我来从图书馆，你呢? I came from the library. What about you? Okay. And you would say 我也是得走了. So, me too. Gotta go. I know, like a 2-second conversation, but I swear this is like all my run-ins. Okay. 好，再见. Okay. Bye. And then you would say bye-bye. Or bye-bye. It doesn't really matter how you say this, honestly. Okay. So, do you feel ready to try this out. Okay. Okay, I'll be black this time. So I'll just say these ones. If you ever feel lost or not sure how to pronounce everything, that's what the pinging is for. So as long as you look at the tones and the letters, you won't mess it up, or it'll be clear to me what you're trying to say. Okay? So I'm gonna say 你好, and you say 好久不见. Okay. 我来从图书馆，你呢？好，再见。Okay. Do you feel ready to reverse roles? Okay, now you greet me. 你好。是的，从哪里来？我也是，得走了。拜拜。Okay, that was really good. I think you're actually a really fast learner. Is your brain tired yet? It's surprising. Well, I think next time I can bring out the... Well, I think next time you ever want to start learning again, I can totally bring out those little boxes where people, you know, start writing the characters. I don't know if you can tell, like, if you're not familiar with the language, like, my handwriting probably doesn't look that bad, but trust me, it's like totally bad. So we can practice together, or maybe I can even demonstrate for you how I, you know, write my letters. But I think that is all for today's lesson. How about you go and say a few phrases for me? I'm just curious how. Interesting choice. Well, I don't know. Maybe next time I'll teach you like curse words. That was a really loud bone crack. Okay, well, I'll let you go to sleep now. Good work on a lesson. 做得很好. You did really good. Okay. So I'm gonna go. You can totally start studying. I don't know. Start doing Duolingo. Maybe we can do this more often. But yeah. Okay. Bye bye. 再见. 晚安. Totally forgot to teach you that, but that's how you say goodnight. Okay? 晚安.